You got Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, and Idris Elba is the bad guy. Yeah, we're definitely checking this movie out.
For me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to another episode of For Me, It Was Tuesday. I'm your host, GQ. Do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button.
Lucas, Rebecca, Hobbs.
Like the video, leave some comments on this video and the other ones I've done. Check out culturejunkies.net. Don't forget to hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Remember, we're also on Twitch and Discord, so we are pretty much everywhere. Don't forget, we also have a Patreon. You can support us there, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So, we're going to be talking about the very, very high-octane, action-packed, thrill-a-minute Hobbs and Shaw.
This is my regular
The official
voice.
title is Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, but that's just ridiculous. I'm not going to keep saying that over and over and over again. So we're just going to call it Hobbs and Shaw. Directed by David Leitch, who also, of course, directed, or uncredited for direction of John Wick, because he was a co-director. Also did Deadpool 2. But yeah, so he directed Hobbs and Shaw. Dude's an amazing director. But starring Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, Idris Elba, Vanessa Kirby, and Eiza Gonzalez. Also, quick appearance by Roman Reigns. The film itself is exactly what you expect. It is meant to be a summer blockbuster popcorn film. It's supposed to be intense, high action sequences, mile a minute, things going on here and there, left and right. Doesn't really give you a chance to take a breath. And I 100% enjoyed that about this film. It does not take itself too insanely seriously. They know for a fact, it's like, look, the Fast and the Furious films went from being all about street racing and family and all that other good stuff to the A-Team, essentially. And that change really happened kind of in Fast 5. I mean, obviously that's where the Hobbs character was introduced, and obviously The Rock's character at that time was more of an antagonist, even though he was, obviously law enforcement, but he was an antagonist in that particular film. Fast forward to the next film, and now he's working with the team and kind of treating them like the A-Team, and call them when he needs some stuff done that can't be done through normal means, and that's fine. And so, of course, obviously the Hobbs character, being portrayed by Dwayne Johnson, very interesting character. When that film came around, I believe they hit like the 500 million mark at the box office at Fast 5 for the first time in that franchise's history. So obviously, you got The Rock in there, so that's going to boost your box office draws. And of course, Jason Statham, amazing action guy, a very talented actor, in my opinion. Come on, you bring the two of them together in a film, that's definite spin-off material. Especially, seeing their chemistry that they had in Fast 8, I believe it was. So I completely enjoyed that concept. Idris Elba, yet another talented actor, perfect bad guy in this film. I love the fact that when he's introduced, or his introductory scene, he literally comes up and just, hey, bad guy. I mean, it works. It's priceless, and I think the only other person from a charisma standpoint that could have pulled that off probably would have been Denzel. But obviously, Denzel's more the equalizer and Training Day and all that sort of thing. Idris fits that role really, really well. Vanessa Kirby, who I kind of dubbed the surprise kiss princess, or queen, or whatever you want to call her, because she surprise kisses Dwayne Johnson's character in this film. She also surprise kisses Tom Cruise's character in Mission Impossible Fallout. So it's kind of like, why are you ambush kissing all of these leading men in these films? It's really, really kind of strange. But it is what it is, whatever. Eiza Gonzalez, even though I gave her a top billing as a starring character, doesn't really star. She has a really quick cameo sequence in this film. But Eiza Gonzalez is amazingly beautiful. You guys already saw my Bloodshot review. If you haven't, go back and check that out. But yeah, she played KT in Bloodshot, and that's all need be said. The film itself, very straightforward plot as you would expect with an action film of this caliber. You have Jason Statham, this character who obviously is British, former British intelligence, and you have The Rock's character who of course was a DEA agent essentially. And actually, no, he was something else. I forgot. It wasn't DA. It was something that probably exists, but sounds made up. Anyway, two of the top in their field at what they do, but obviously from different sides of the pond. And they were both tasked to track down this Uber virus, of course, protected by Vanessa Kirby's character, where she essentially injected the virus in herself. Yes, we've seen this story before. It was in Mission Impossible 2 plot, but that's 100% fine because it works. Because again, popcorn film, you just need the catalyst to get going so we can get to the action. So Idris Elba, just tracking her down. Come to find out that Vanessa Kirby's character is actually Jason Statham's character, Shaw's sister. And, fine, throw the family thing in there. We get a very cool appearance by Helen Mirren as Shaw's mother, yet again. And her performance, as it has been in the Fast movies, has been great. Great action sequences. Very, very over the top, yes. There's a sequence where they jump out of a skyscraper and they get to the ground and they're okay. There's a sequence where they go to a military base or a missile silo, I don't remember what exactly. And trucks are crashing into each other and Jason Statham brings back his transporter to flip the car sequence. It's all of the crazy movie stuff thrown into an action film. And again, it's over the top, it's ridiculous, it has no bearing on reality, but you kind of don't care. I mean, it's like, look, you know what you're getting with this film, and I have no problems with them giving it to you in spades. You have some very cool cameos by Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart. I remember seeing this in the theater, and just when those sequences, when they showed up, it's like, wait, they're in this film? Oh, wait, and then their sequences were like the most hilarious thing, because again, both of those guys are outstanding improv talents, because I'm almost positive Ryan Reynolds probably improv the majority of his lines in this film. Kevin Hart probably the exact same thing. And those guys are just good at that, and I have zero problems with, with their sequences, so I thought that was actually pretty cool. And I actually hope I hope both characters reprise their roles in a future Hobbs and Shaw sequel, whenever that does in fact happen. When it comes down to the action in the film, top notch. I mean, I love the way that they did Idris Elba's character Brixton. I love his cybernetics and the way they kind of portray him as this, Uber soldier, basically. And it kind of makes me wish that in the G.I. Joe film, which of course The Rock was a part of as well, that they would have introduced the BATS, the B-A-T-S soldiers, which are essentially robotic soldiers, because Brixton's character to me is almost a prototype of what those soldiers should be like. I don't know, who knows, maybe they'll do something like that, but it's really, really cool. I really enjoyed his character. And again, Idris Elba is a very charismatic actor, so I mean, his parts were awesome. Some of the feats of strength of The Rock are way off the charts. Again, you get somebody that's as big as The Rock actually is, and it's like, yeah, you gotta go there. And I have, whatever, it is what it is. I remember seeing the trailer when it looked like he was pulling a helicopter down by holding a chain, and it's just like, okay, that's whatever. And again, I'll go on record. The trailers for this film were some of the hypest things, period. Like, those trailers are just awesome. And that's one thing that I've always admired, is when a production company can put together a good trailer that doesn't give away everything, but can put together a good trailer that gets you hyped and wants to, makes you want to see the film. So the trailer's awesome. And then of course you see that sequence, you understand why you had that moment of him holding the chain in the helicopter, and it wasn't what it wasn't what the trailer made it seem like it was, all cracked up to be. And that's fine, because I have zero problems with them portraying him as a Superman-like character, but it's like, dude, you can't be Superman as far as you're still supposed to be a human. At least with Brixton's character, he was enhanced. So, all of his feats of strength are actually pretty acceptable, I guess, within the realms of the film.
That some bitch really is Black Superman.
I want to wrap this one up. Hobbs and Shaw, obviously 4K Steelbook. I mean, great film. You know, if again, it's not, this isn't Shakespeare. This isn't, as Mike Bison once put it long time ago, Martin Scorsese's Hobbs and Shaw or anything crazy like that. It's an action film. It's supposed to be fun. It's a popcorn movie, and it's great. Obviously, you got your standard extras, behind the scenes, you know, trailers, commentary tracks. So nothing insane. I mean, it is released by Universal Studios, so a lot of their Blu-rays have the same menu setup, you know, the fan blades and all that other sort of thing. And a lot of you know, to be 100% honest, a lot of their Blu-ray offerings, you know, they have the same menu package. So, I mean, it is what it is on those. But I'm going to leave you guys with these final words. For many of you out there, when you heard that Jason Statham and The Rock were going to team up and bring back their Hobbs and Shaw characters into one action film, you're like, whoa, well, that's kind of interesting. But where's the love for Tyrese's character from the films? Okay, honestly, none of you thought that because, yeah, that nobody was thinking about that. But hey, the movie itself is all sorts of fun, and you got exactly what you expected out of this film. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the movie just has to deliver on the mindless action and the, you know, lowbrow humor. But hey, for me,
It was Tuesday.
I'll see you guys next time. Hey, this is GQ. I'm giving a shout out to our Culture Junkies level patrons, DeMarcus Smith, Fab Nerd Life, and Nanette. If you'd like to get a shout out from yours truly, stay tuned to the end of the video. You can find out exactly how that gets done. But if you want to just support the Culture Junkies in general, you can go to Culture Junkies Patreon, which is patreon.com/Culture Junkies. For as little as $1 a month, you can support a Culture Junkie. See, you don't even ask for that much. All these other places are asking for $1 a day. Like, who has time for that? $1 a month. It's not bad at all. But if you want to get a shout out, up that tier a little bit. So stay tuned. You'll see exactly how you can get that done. And I'll see you guys later. If you're enjoying our content, please consider going to our Patreon and becoming a supporter. There are different tiers to select from, and we thank you for your support.
Culture Junkies!